Welcome everybody. Welcome college basketball. DFS pre-lock live. Actually, it's the night before live. At your Fielder's Choice. Wednesday night. Pete Cole here with Chris Duffy from your Fielder's Choice. What's going on, my man? How you doing, Chris?
Good. Ready to go, man. Excited for the slate for sure.
Yeah, we got a big one tomorrow, 16 games. But first of all, anybody's going to be watching us on demand or live here. If you're live, ask us questions on the YouTube chat. But if you watch this on demand, check us out, yourfielderschoice.com. We also have a free Discord, small sports, specialty sports, knit sports is our thing, all college stuff, NASCAR, golf. We've been crushing all those sports. I know what I'm missing. Hockey pretty much cashes every night. We're playing tonight. So this, especially got minor league spring training coming up. MLB is our thing at your Fielder's Choice. So I've been really into MLB lately. So check us out over here for college basketball. And huge ass slate tomorrow. 16 games. We're in the middle right now. That little play in NIT tonight with some games. Not the greatest slate, but tomorrow, it's all about tomorrow, 12:15 start. What we're going to do tonight is, like usual, we're going to go game by game. And one of us will take a team, and then we're going to pretty much talk about any of our cash plays in that game, any value plays, any GVP plays, and move on. It's 16 games, so we're going to kind of move through this quickly. If there's some of these games that's not DFS relevant, we're probably just going to move through it. And at the end, we'll give a core. Chris will give his top plays. I'll give my value plays, and then that's it. And then good luck to everybody tomorrow. All right, we'll be doing this tomorrow night too, and the same thing for Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the first week of March Madness. So welcome March Madness tomorrow. Happy St. Patty's Day in like 4 hours. It's pretty cool that just to realize that St. Patty's Day is actually the opening day of March Madness, which will make it even crazier tomorrow. But let's get into it. First game of the 16 games, 12:15 tomorrow, Michigan, Colorado State. We have if Colorado State considered a home team, I don't think that really matters. Michigan is a 1-point favorite, 137.5 over under. Michigan, not a good defense, and they cannot defend the interior. Colorado State ranked to 116. Colorado State, decent top 30 defense offense. Michigan, top 40 offense, top 50 offense. They don't like to push a pace, either team, so it's not a huge DFS game, especially when we're talking 16 games. But we have some injury news, so let's talk about that too. And Chris, I'll give you the floor for Michigan. Anybody you're looking at? I know you got some injuries.
Yeah, Dave Jones, Devontae Jones, sorry, was surprisingly announced with a concussion here. So I think the chalk, everybody's going to move to the, look who they can use there. And we got Frankie Collins. So I think he's going to be chalk. And I think he's a good play. I'm probably going to use him in cash here. I guess if you want to, you could look at Buffkin. I don't think they'll run big here. I guess Brandon, Johns has a chance, but you can kind of look at those guys for GPPs. You could look at Eli Brooks. He might get a little more usage. Houston might get a little more usage. I don't really like the prices on those guys. So I wrote down mainly Frankie and Hunter Dickinson, just because I think Hunter's going to show up to play here. It's a little tougher matchup for him, but I think it's going to be a good game. It's the game that kicks off March Madness here, and I'm just going for value there with him. And then here, let me look at one thing for let's see here. But yeah, I mean those are the two guys I mainly wrote down for Michigan. Diabetes was priced too high, so I don't know. Actually, there's not a ton of guys that are going to be able to defend Hunter too well. And then on the CSU side, I know you're going to take them. I feel Roddy's priced a little too high. I think he's a pretty good play though, because Michigan's pretty vulnerable on the inside. So I'll let you take the rest of that.
All right. So, like you said, Frankie Collins is going to be probably chalk now. He's only 3-2, and there's not a lot of value on his slate. And I just saw a stat, which actually is pretty cool. Michigan's 2 most effective 5-man lineups that have played at least 35 possessions have included Collins in it. So, got 27 plus minus on the season, 359 possessions. So he's going to be popular. Don't expect him to play 40, but good call. And Dickinson, good call. Eli Brooks is going to be on the floor for 40 minutes. So GPP play. Colorado State, David Roddy. I agree with you. I think David Roddy is probably a little too expensive. We do know Michigan gets beat up in the interior, but I do like Dickinson over Roddy. Of course, Roddy is GPP viable. GPP only because of that price 9-1. Because we have some big dogs going today. And I just think that Roddy is not, I mean, he's a big dog, but I just think there's a couple other guys you want in cash. So Roddy GPP only. Isaiah Stevens at 7-4. GPP, I mean, he's been up and down. 23% usage, 24% shot rate, 27% assist rate, but he's really struggled lately. So Colorado State, I don't know, this is a weird one. So only Stevens, maybe a little Kendall Moore, but it's 4-1. And he's been playing decent minutes lately. So if you're looking for some value, you can go to Kendall Moore. I know he's been playing decent minutes lately. I mean, he's a starter. He started all 10 games. He's been playing 25 to 30 minutes. He's not going to get you many DK points, but you never know, in a tournament game. So here's a guy that plays 26 minutes and gets you 0 points and 4 DK points. But just to mention him, he's 4-1 and he plays a lot of minutes. Kendall Moore. Okay, so this game, because we got a lot of games to go through. We're pretty much looking at Frankie Collins is going to be probably a core play because of the price. Going to be popular. And David Roddy, Hunter Dickinson, probably big time GBP plays. And now like Eli Brooks is going to play a lot for GBP. Agree?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yep. I think Kendall Moore could be decent leverage off a couple other guys.
And more because he plays a million minutes.
There's a couple other guys around 4K, so he might be decent leverage off those guys.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I like this next game though. Actually,
yeah.
San Diego, South Dakota State, Providence, 2-point favorite, 147.5 over under. It's one of the higher over unders on a slate. Providence, I mean, they've had such a good season, but man, they've been getting lucky. They've been winning a lot of close games. Now we can see what they're really made of. South Dakota State, a really, really good offense. I have them ranked number 2 right now. Offense efficiency. They push the pace. Horrible defense. So this is a great game for DFS. Providence, decent offense, decent defense. They don't push the pace like South Dakota, but there's going to be some points scored in this game. Take a team.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take Providence. This is some DFS goodness right here. Like you said, one of the highest totals on the thing. I'm seeing a 149 total. Or 149 and a half is what you got, right? Sorry if that's what you said.
Yep.
But basically a lot of these guys are in play, but my main guys, I'm always a Bynum truther. I like Bynum here. He's just a baller. He'll come in either as a 6-man or starter. Bynum's got like a 34% assist rate. His price is starting to creep back down. It was getting up into the what was his prices before. I mean, it was getting hard to play him a little bit, even though he was still kind of balling, but he was getting up to 7,500 or so. He's down 66. I like him here. He does a lot of things. He'll and if Providence gets down, they're gonna bring him in, even if he doesn't start. So if he doesn't start, don't worry a ton, but he's still in play. Durham, his price is going up a little bit, but I think he's still in play. Definitely if he's getting 30, 35 minutes in the game.
Actually, Reeves is out. It was AJ Reeves' question.
Do what? Oh, is Reeves questionable?
Yeah, because he's game time decision, so.
I mean, I think I like Durham either way. His price is about right. I think he's playing this in this situation, but yeah, it probably bumps him down a little bit if Reeves is in. So keep an eye on that for sure. And then the other guy I really like, I don't usually consider Watson cash too much. Horkler, I think Horkler and Watson Price are too close for me to go Watson. I'd probably just go Horkler here, and I think he's in a pretty good position to do well. I like the price. I think he's definitely borderline cash here. Let's see here. There's a lot to digest. There's a lot of plays. I'm still going through all of them, still getting all the teams together, all my notes together. But yeah, my main guy would be Horkler here. 22% defensive rebounding rate. His usage hasn't been the best the last couple games, but I still like him in this position here. Who do you got for South Dakota?
Just quickly, I have a feeling on Nate Watson though, especially if Dougie Wilson's playing that whole game. It's the type of game they may keep Watson in the game. So Horkler, and you agree, Horkler's a cash play. And Jared Bynum, if that's your guy. If Reeves is out, I'd be all over Bynum. On my end, South Dakota State, Baylor Scareman at 7-6 is a lock. I think he's a core play. He's way too cheap. Scareman right now is 23% usage, 22% shot rate, 24 defensive rebound, and 22% assist rate. He could get you a triple-double here. 46% from beyond the arc. Does it all. I like Scareman a lot at 7-6. I think he's a cash lock, and I think he's a core play. South Dakota State. And then Dougie Wilson, I really like. I think Wilson is your pivot for GBPs off of Scareman. He's pretty much. I mean, that's the big guys, and then we're looking at two cheapies. You got Zeke Mayo, and then you got. Man, we got Zeke Mayo, and then we got Charlie Easley. Both those guys are cheap. I think both of them could probably be cash. Because remember, Noah Friedel has not been playing. So he's had a lot of mental health issues, and he has been playing again. And, he played a lot earlier in the season. So both those guys are playing 35 to 40 minutes. They don't have the greatest rates. But, in a opening game in NCAA tournament, one of them could get hot easily. He's a better 3-point shooter. I'd probably lean Charlie Easley. Would probably my lean at 4K, but Mayo's in there also. So for me, I got Skyrim, cash core. Easley could be one of your value plays. He's going to play the minutes. Mayo too, and then Dougie Wilson is GPP. But I got a feeling on your side. I really do like Nate Watson today. I can see him shining. GPP.
Okay. Yeah, I just don't like him being so volatile. I mean,
definitely, yeah.
I mean, even if you're just game log chasing, it's bad. And we've used him before. It's an okay spot. Yeah, I don't know if there's many guys on South Dakota that can defend him. But he's got to get 25, 30 minutes, and he's only 200 difference from Horkler. So if it was like a 7,500 Horkler or 6,300 Watson, I'd be a lot more apt to go to Watson. But I'm looking at the South Dakota team, and like I said, I'm getting all my thoughts together and notes together. Man, is this one of the most efficient teams in the country? I mean, my gosh.
Yep, it's a high pace, high scoring, no defense team.
I know, but when you look at their team, it's just everyone's above 50% efficiency.
Yep. You're right.
Nuts.
Yeah,
that's pretty nuts, man.
So, Alex Arians, I mean, Dougie Wilson can do the slate.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
And Wilson's one of those guys. What I'm looking for DFS, if I see a guy with 30% usage and shot rate, I'm all over him. And Wilson's is 32% usage and 29% shot rate. So Wilson definitely play in this pace up tempo game. but I don't want too many guys for this game. I like Scaryman, but you can definitely go Wilson. I like the Horkler call, definitely for cash. And said it's like a 149 over under. Great DFS game here. One of the better ones to the slate. All right, next game we got is the Memphis game. Memphis, Boise State. Memphis a 3-point favorite. They're on a little bit of a roll now. Earlier in the season, everybody's calling for Penny's head. They're doing terrible, but now they're rolling. I got like a 134 game total. Memphis, really good defense, top 40 pace team, top 100 offense. Boise State, really good defense. I have them as the 16th ranked defense efficiency defense in the country. Sorry. So lower scoring game. I'm not looking at too much here. Take a side.
All right. Yeah, I'll just take the Memphis side. I'm not looking at a ton from this game. I think Duran, he's a good GPP play, of course. But, I just won't get him in cash. The one guy I do like here is Lomax. His price has still not gone. He's been really playing. He's been playing pretty well. Last game wasn't the greatest against Houston. He had some turnovers, and they lost that game pretty handily. But I still think the price, it only went up 300. I think he's in play. I don't really got anyone else that I'm really considering here. Just Lomax's rates have been pretty. I think the last three, he's got a 25% assist rate. His other rates haven't been the best. I think the last three, they've been better. So I don't really see myself paying up for any other guys here. I'll consider Lomax, and that's about it.
Yeah, I agree. I think Lomax could be a cash play because that price, because he plays all those minutes. So yeah, good call. Lomax cash play out of this game for Memphis. Anybody else GPP, including Jaylen Duran. Boise State, all GPP plays. Abu Kijab is really, he's really turned it around. He's really become a good player at 7K. I'm not looking, cash because the Memphis defense, it's a good defense, but Kijab, man, he's really playing well. And he's probably the best player now in Boise State. He gets the foul line, and they're probably going to put him there because Memphis is probably. I think Memphis has got one of the highest foul rates in the country, but he has problems shooting free throws. So, but great spot. You've got really good rates, decent shot, decent rebound rate, assist rate, steal, and all that. So he's a top guy, but GDP only because of Memphis defense. And then maybe Tyson DeGenhart at 5,500. He plays 30 minutes plus. He was cheaper earlier in the year. I like him better than Marcus Shaver, but yeah, all GPP plays. There's too many games here to mess with this one. But Abu Kijab is probably my favorite play, and you could definitely nuke one in GPPs against Memphis.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I got written down here. His price is pretty reasonable, but not a ton from this game.
All right, next game we got Norfolk State at Baylor. A little bit more interesting than people think. This is Baylor. Baylor a 20.5 point favorite, 137.5 over under. Baylor, the 14th ranked defense in the country, but Norfolk State's got a really good defense also, 25th ranked defense in the country. Baylor could turn into a blowout, but we do have some plays here that we like. Take a team.
Yeah, I think Norfolk here, they have a pretty tight rotation. We haven't been too scared off by Baylor's defense. It is an 18-point spread here. So you got to be a little careful. But, the guys on Norfolk State here, they're reasonable prices. You got Bryant and Hawkins. They get a lot of minutes in usage. Bryant's probably going to be chalk. It's probably going to be on the main team. What's his rates here? Let's see. He's got 26% usage, 20% assist rate. He's definitely in play, and he's only 5,300, and he's probably playing 35 plus minutes a game. So, as long as it's not like a 30-point blowout, which I don't see that. Not with Baylor. I don't know if they blow teams out a ton lately. I think Baylor's getting a little better. They're starting to recover from their injuries and so forth. So, but him, and then they got Jenkins. This guy is only 3K. You guys know me. I don't mind using a 3K guy, and he's probably one of the better. There's one other guy I'll mention later down the line, but I still like Jenkins out of any 3K guy. I like him the most. And, I don't know. He may end up in my cash depending on – there's too many other guys I like that we'll go over as we go through the slate. And I need the salary relief. And, it might be a Stars and Scrub lineup today or, a couple value guys and, one major punt with a couple mid-tiers, I got Jenkins in the mix. So that's what I got from Norfolk State.
Jenkins is a bad call. He's playing minutes. He's getting 24, 20 minutes. It's what's he doing in those minutes. So, but
his usage isn't the best, of course.
Yeah, but if we can get 12, 15 out of him, we're fine. Yeah. But Joe Bryant is near a core play because of the price, and he's that whole team. So he's being cored in a lot of places. I'm not sure I would core him, but definitely I could see him being in like a main lineup. Because of his rates. He's the whole team there. So think about Joe Bryant Jr. for Norfolk. If you're making lineups as a cash play at 5.3, he is too cheap. I wouldn't expect a 5x game from him, but on the Baylor side, I mean, there's not a lot I like here. It's first of all, we don't play Baylor much as it is a DFS. If we do, we've been playing Jimmy Akin Joe, but this could turn into a blowout, and Akin Joe is so volatile. GPP only, he still owes us. If there's anybody on this team I would even look at, would probably Adam Flagler, because if he makes a couple threes, he's so volatile also because of GPPs, but they should score a bunch of points because Norfolk State, if I see anybody, it probably is Adam Flagler at 7K is going to hit the 3-pointers. Sokan's going to play some big minutes. I'm only looking at Adam Flagler for GPP only. So this game, Joe Bryant Jr., possibly decent cash play. I'm seeing him projections about 35% owned. And Hawkins possibly, but not Hawkins, Tyrese Jenkins at 3K. And that's it. Flagler GPP only. That's all I'm looking at in this game. Move on to the next one. Next one we got is the Tennessee game. So we have Longwood at Tennessee. Tennessee, 18-point favorite. Tennessee, one of the best defenses in the country, ranked number 7. Longwood, 38th ranked offense, 88th defense. They don't like to push the pace. Tennessee will move it a little bit, but it's all about Tennessee's defense. 18-point favorite. Longwood, we're not even going to talk about. There's nobody even to play here. Unless you have somebody for Longwood, I don't see anybody. It's all about Tennessee. I don't know much for Tennessee either. To me, it's another blah DFS game, especially on a big slate. Anybody you got in this game you like? Maybe Ziegler or JJ. I don't know.
I mean, JJJ, I don't want to overlook him much more. His price did go up. I definitely think he's in play because he can get there with all. I mean, just the kid he's awesome, man. And I've kind of pushed him off on some slates that I shouldn't have been. I think if I'm going to use, he'd be the main guy I use on this team here. It is an 18-point. I don't think Longwood's going to keep up with them. 18-point spread. The other two guys I'm kind of looking at, though, is Ziegler because of his price. And an 18-point spread. He may get some minutes here. It's kind of like that Manny call that, thought last night, my thought process, and obviously Texas A&M did not come out like I thought they would. And he got the 10 at 3K, which was okay, but it didn't kill me. But Ziegler here may get 25, 30 minutes. He can get to 20, 25 points, no problem. And then another guy I was kind of looking at a little bit was Huntley Hatfield. He did go to 4K. I would rather he's around 3,500. But, I think he can get 20 minutes here and be an okay. Like I said, I would like him a little cheaper. But, those are the three guys I'm kind of looking at and rotate. I would definitely consider those two other guys for salary relief on Tennessee.
I like the Ziegler call also, but Ziegler's been playing some massive minutes. He has been starting. So if anybody, I like Ziegler, I like JJJ, of course.
Well,
JJ,
yeah, and if it does happen to be a 25, 30-point blowout, Ziegler may get some run, and
exactly.
Hunter Hatfield may get some run there too.
So good call on Ziegler. All right, enough of that game. Next game we got is the 2:55 game, Richmond, Iowa. Richmond considered away team, Iowa 10.5-point favorite. Iowa number 4 offense in the country. Richmond in the 90s. Iowa, you can beat them. They're not a defensive team, but they'll push the pace, and they're going to push Richmond to move the ball a little bit. 150 over under. I think that's like the second highest game total on the slate, I believe. DFS plays here. I know you like Richmond tomorrow. So give me your breakdown on Richmond. Is anybody here in Richmond has cash plays, game stack, GVPs?
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, game stack. I've definitely got some game stacks of this game. But when on Selection Sunday, when this was announced, right in my head, my thought went to some of these guys like Gilliard, Burton, Golden. I'm higher on these Richmond guys, I think, than most. I may be wrong there. Like I said, still got a lot of research to do, still got a lot of digging in to do. But, when I first started building, I looked to have 2 of these guys in my cash line. Gilliard, 27% assist rate. He gets 95% of the minutes. And we have attacked Iowa with guards tons. If he's going to play 40 minutes, I really like Gilliard here. I'm thinking of using Gilliard and with either Burton or Golden. Iowa cannot rebound. If you watch that game against PSU, they just got tore up in rebounds. And, both these guys, both Burton and Golden are on a 22% defensive rebounding rate. Golden has some awesome assist rates, usage rates. So, and their prices went down slightly. What was Burton most of the year? Burton was $8K most of the year, yep. $7,700 last slate. Now it went to $7,400. Well, and let's see, Gilliard kind of stayed up there. So I might just use the 2 big guys here, but, Golden went down to 7K, and I'm wondering if it's, March Madness here that they, Golden, he may not be as volatile as he been throughout the year. So, at the moment, I would like to get 2 of these guys in my cash line. I don't know if it's going to end that way, but I'm pretty sure I'll have one of these guys in there. And that's all I pretty much have.
Yeah, I think I may like Golden because of the price, and good call there because Iowa is one of the worst defensive rebound, not a bad offensive rebound team, one of the worst defensive rebound team, ranked 262nd. So good call. And Jacob Gilliard, we know he's going to play all 40 minutes. I don't like the price, but he's going to run. And this game is going to be a freaking track meet. So I like your calls. I like Gilliard, Golden, and I guess Burton third, but all in play. On my side, Iowa, it's all about Keegan Murray. Keegan Murray is the whole offense. He's the number 2 ranked KenPom player right now. Number 9th offensive rating, 29% usage, 32% shot rate, 30% combined rebounding, great block rate, everything. Keegan Murray's a stud. Can you get him in your lap tomorrow, though, when you get some other big-time players like Bacot in great spots? I'm not sure. But 10-1, you got to consider Murray in cash. I'm not going to call it a core play, but you're not going to go wrong with Keegan Murray in your lineup. Everybody else's team is GPP only. I can see Jordan Bohannon, the 10th year senior, getting hot like he does every now and then, and then have his big day, maybe like Tony Perkins or something like that. But it's all about Keegan Murray. And I would say if you're going to use Keegan Murray in your cash lineup, run it back with probably a Gilliard or a Grant Golden. So there is DFS goodness. The game's going to be a lot of points this game, but definitely GPP, game stack this. Run Golden, Burton, Gilliard with Keegan Murray. But there is plays here. There's no way it's like a lot for play, but great plays here in this game. That's going to push the pace, not the greatest defenses. All right, moving along. Georgia State, Gonzaga. Gonzaga, 23.5-point favorite. Number 1 ranked offense. Number 3 ranked defense. Georgia State is Georgia State. I mean, I am ranked 232nd offense. There ain't no one from Georgia State I'm looking at. Maybe like Corey Allen for GPPs, 6,900, decent shot rate. Only guy I'm going to play. Gonzaga, take Gonzaga. I mean, I'm not playing anybody from this game in cash, but there is plays here because it's Gonzaga. Yeah,
so Gonzaga, Holmgren, his rates are great. I think he's definitely a great GPP play. There's a couple other guys around that price range I'd rather use, so I don't know if I'm going to get to them here. I think a lot of people are going to avoid them because of 20-point spread. There's one guy I like, and I think he's priced right, and he may end up in my cash. I don't know. I think he's pretty good leverage, and that's my boy Watson. Okay, so Anton Watson, his you got to play him at the right times. And right now on this spread, I like him. He was hard to play a while ago because there's the spread on some of their games towards the end of the season weren't the best. But even with that, he was still kind of crushing. Not crushing, but he had a couple good games there. But now here he is at 4K. I think he can get 18 to 20 points, and I think he can get 4 to 5x for sure. He may end up in my cash, and I think he's pretty good leverage against guys like Easley and who's the other guy? Is it Mosley? Hold on one sec. Mayo. Sorry. So I think Watson's firmly in play. Like I said, I'm gathering my notes here, but Watson's got pretty good rates to me. 21% usage when he's on the floor, 17% defensive rebounding rate, 9.5 offensive rebounding rate. He's just one of the guys that will get. Let's see, he should get. He's 4K, and I think in this game environment, he should get 20 to 25 minutes. If not a couple more. So Watson's the main guy I'm using off Gonzaga.
He's the 6th man. I'm looking at all the blowouts. Looks like he's playing between 17, 20 minutes though. Yeah, 21, 17. But I like to call it especially the price. So
yeah, well, he was getting. Let's just look. Most of the spreads in the last 5-6 games were only 5 to 10 points, I think. But when he gets 20 to 25 minutes, he can easily hit 20, 25 points, I think. So, like I said, we'll see how it ends, but I'm firmly putting him in play for sure.
Yeah, decent offensive rating and 6th man. All right, so I mean, this is the type of game. It's because of blowout mentality. I know a lot of people love chat and all that. I'm just not looking at these guys for cash, if anything. When you see an Andrew Nemhard is priced up more than Drew Timme, so I don't know. A lot of people on Gonzaga, but to me, GVP only, and only Corey Allen from Georgia State. All right, next game, we got Marquette, Carolina. We got some good DFS stuff here. Carolina, 3.5-point favorite. 34th ranked offense. Marquette 148th ranked offense. A 152 over under. This is the highest scoring game of the slate I have right now. both teams have pushed the pace. Marquette a little bit more, but we got some points scored here. Take a team before I give it all away.
Oh, shoot. I'll take the Marquette side. I'll let you take UNC here. Yeah, I mean, for Marquette, the main guy I wrote down was let me scroll over. There's so many games you got to scroll on your notes all over the place. So, I mean, my main guy here is Lewis. I think he's got the highest usage on the team. He's priced a little high, but he's a pretty good run back if you use him back it. Like you said, it's not tight spread, and it's one of the highest, pretty much the highest total on the slate. So I was trying to look at Kolek. His price went up a little bit, and then I don't know what's going on with their secondary pieces. I'd like to try to find somebody else from Marquette that we could use here. I just can't. I can't find them. No, let's see. So Lewis, my main guy, pretty much. That's all I'm considering from Marquette for the most part. Maybe some guys like Kolek or Marcel or in GPP. You would like to think Prosper or some of these guys, but that's all I got. And it's tough because in this type of game, you want to find something here. And UNC's defense, it's gotten better a little bit, but they've still been able to been attacked. So, all right, who you got for UNC?
That's the problem. I mean, Lewis is the only one because a lot of these guys are all playing less than 20 minutes. OMP, Quad, Greg Elliott, guys. So what are you gonna do? Carolina is in a bang spot. Mondo Buckott is in a great spot. Smash spot. Probably is probably getting up. Core is probably getting up. Probably the ownership projections I'm seeing are probably too modest because I think he's probably gonna be higher. This Marquette team is probably the worst defensive rebounding team. Probably the worst. Rebounding team in the country. Marquette is. When you're looking at offensive rebound ranked 330th, defensive rebound 306th in the entire nation, Bacot is going to eat. And he's also $600 cheaper than Murray, which is going to make Bacot the popular play. Murray, the more pivot play with GVPs. Great block rate for Armando Bacot. Great spot. He's going to crush as long as he doesn't get those 2 fouls in the first half where he gets auto benched. And then that's why you play somebody else as a GPP pivot, even like a Justin Lewis. But Bacot is in a great spot. He's going to be high owned, elite matchup. Anybody else in this game? Yeah, Caleb Glove's in a great spot, 7,600. Brady Manick is still cheap. RJ Davis, all those guys have upside. They're not, awesome plays, but they're going to be lower owned, great GPP plays. But this game, it's all about Armando Bacot at 9,500. I think he's probably going to be almost a core play in cash, but then you can get away from GPPs in case he gets in foul trouble. Anybody else? Maybe I said maybe Manic was the rebounding, but it's all about Bacot. A most GPP here. And like you said, too bad because this is going to be a great DFS game. But, all right, Uconn game. New Mexico State, Uconn. Uconn 6.5-point favorite, 132 game total. Uconn 34th ranked offense. New Mexico State 114. New Mexico State pretty good defense, but we know Uconn's a really good defense. So two good, decent defensive teams going. They don't neither like to push the pace too much. Man, I'll look at New Mexico State because there's only one player that I know a guy that's getting a lot of talk is Teddy Allen. Teddy Allen to me, he came from Nebraska. He's the man there at New Mexico State. I'm just trying to call up I know he's got a high shot rate. He's got a 30.5-point shot rate, 29% usage rate. He's the guy there at New Mexico State. But remember, UConn is a really good interior defense. So they're going to push them outside and shoot threes. And Allen has got a 31% from beyond the arc. That's what makes me push Allen to GPP only. What's his price? 6,900. This is going to be popular. So Teddy Allen's the only play for this game, but GPP only because he's not a great three-point shooter, and you're not going to score on UConn on the inside. And there's nobody else in New Mexico State that's going to handle Sanogo and all those guys. So that's my breakdown. New Mexico State. Give me UConn.
Yeah, UConn. I mean, like I said, I don't have many. Everybody I name is going to be pretty much GPP type play. There's three guys. It's Martin, Sanogo, and Cole. And Cole has been off. I don't know. He started. Well, he started to pick it back up. His price is 6,800. I think he's in play, but I'm not looking at much from this game. I don't think it's the right spot for these guys. So I'm going to save those guys for GPP myself. I'd have to, like I said, I'm still digging in. So I'd have to dig in a little deeper to kind of get those guys. But, on the surface, I'm not going to be using much of those guys except for maybe, like you said, I do agree with you on Allen some. And outside of that, that's it.
And New Mexico State is not the greatest defensive rebounding team. So some Sanogo, some Martin. Sanogo gets some foul trouble, and then you like Martin. So, yeah, GPP only. I don't like this game much either, especially on a 16-game slate. St. Peter's, Kentucky. That's a 7-10 game. Kentucky, 18-point favorite. 131.5 game total. Low game total. Kentucky, number 9 offense. St. Peter's, though. St. Peter's is a really sneaky, good defensive team. And I have them ranked 15th in defensive efficiency. So I'm not playing anybody for St. Peter's. There's one guy, what's his name? Daryl Banks. He's 4'4". He plays like 26, 30 minutes. He's possibly in play, but that's it. But St. Peter's got good defense. So talking about Kentucky, is Oscar a lock like he always is? Or can we fade him? Tie?
I'm never going to talk anybody off Oscar anymore. Let me backtrack a little bit and digress. I do like Indefo. I think his price is okay for the only issue with him is he can foul at times. I think Indefo is a pretty decent GPP play. His price is a little high. I'd like him, obviously, probably be, I don't think he'd be high owned even at 6K. I'd like him more at 6K. I think his rates are pretty good. And Kentucky's defense has not been – they're good, but we haven't shied away a ton. But I'll say that. Yeah, for OT, there's nobody, I think, on St. Peter's that can defend this guy. I know they're a slow team, and I don't know if I'm going to play him in cash. But, if you just look at the matchup here, I don't think there's anybody that can match up with him. And we know throughout the year he's been matchup proof. So
yeah, but Casey Defo is a pretty damn good interior defender. That's why.
Yeah, he is, but I don't think he's going to be able to defend Oscar personally. But I think Oscar's pretty good leverage. If you're paying up for some guys, but I'm not, like I said, I'm probably not going to use Oscar in cash.
Right.
It's a 14 gamer and he's 10-2 and it's a slower paced game. Like you said, they're a strong defense, so you got to start getting nitpicky. Cause you got guys like Keegan and Beckett who are in really high paced games and high totals. So, and we've seen Tennessee slow Oscar down a little bit. So maybe St. Peter's does here. So outside of that, I'm not really using anybody for those reasons, but I think OT's okay leverage.
Yep, definitely leverage. We've used Casey Defo a lot, and definitely not using him tomorrow. But on the defensive end, they're all focused on breaking down Oscar. And, Casey's got such a great block rate and defensive rate. I can see him all pushing out those guys. It's like a Ty or a Kellen Grady, even though Kellen Grady can't shoot. But that's what I'd be looking for if I was playing GPPs here. So definitely Oscar. Like you can't downplay the guy, but definitely a decent fade. I mean, decent pivot off guys like Murray and Backup. All right, Saint. What's the next game? I have
what, Indiana and St. Mary?
Indiana, St. Mary. Yeah, I kind of went off my list here a second. So Indiana, St. Mary's, California, 3-point favorite. Because such a good defense. Indiana's not a bad defense either, ranked 42nd. 126.5 game total, one of the lowest on the slate. Man, I don't take one of the teams. I don't.
Yeah, all
take
right.
your pick.
Yeah, no, I'll take Indiana here. I'll mention a guy or two I might like on St. Mary. But yeah, in Indiana, it's a slow-paced game. Once again, I don't think I'm going to pay up for TJD here. He started off slow last game, but he still came through. And you know me, I'm a pretty stubborn guy when it comes to some of this stuff. And I don't think I'm going to do it in cash, but I may be tempted to go back to race. His rates are still pretty good for that price. I think even at that price, he can get 25, 28 points. And I'm not scared to do it. I know St. Mary's is a slow team. And I know he really failed last time. I don't know. He started out, he had a great first half last night. And then he must have gotten into some foul trouble because I went to bed. He had 4 fouls, so he doesn't have a high foul rate. St. Mary's is, like I said, we know they're slow. Outside of that, I'm not. I'll mention XJ just because he's been on fire. So if I'm going to use anybody, it'd be Race personally.
Yep, agree. I would go back to him too. And he's not gonna get Matthias Tass. That's gonna be on TJD. So I like Race also. I mean, so many games. I'm not saying it's a cash play, but if I'm making 2 or 3 laps, Race would be one of my guys spending on it. On St. Mary's, Tommy Cuse is probably the only one, but he's up to 7-6. Even though he hasn't played so well, 22 shot, 22 usage. I think that's all gone up over the last 10 though. I mean, I don't know. I'm not messing with any.
No, I did like Dugas a little bit. His price is not. I mean, it's just a decent price for him. It's not obviously. It's not a good position.
5'4",
yeah. I mean, 5'4" is okay. I thought he was actually cheaper. Sorry. So, his rates haven't been the best. Coos is kind of taken over. So it's hard to play Coos. Obviously, 8K, but Dukas is an okay price. He might if they're covering Coos pretty well. Dukas might get a couple more points here. So outside of that, yeah, I agree with you on everything else.
Yeah, I'm not touching this game really for DFS purposes. So. All right, then the next game, maybe even worse, is Creighton, San Diego State. San Diego State 2-point favorite. Bad offense, but they got one decent player you can look at. Creighton, not a great offense either. San Diego State, really good defense. 120.5 game total, the lowest of the slate. I'm not touching anyone from Creighton, and I'm only looking at Matty Bradley from San Diego State. What anybody else that you're looking at this game? Is it such a low game total? San Diego State's a really good defense. Am I missing somebody?
No, I mean I'm with you on that. Bradley has almost a 30% usage. You can't just look over him, and his price is still decent at 7,200.
Yep.
I mean, if you're considering guys like Allen at 6,900, I think you can consider guys like Bradley at 7,200.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, the other guy in Creighton is I would like him cheaper. He's kind of just in the mix around that price. He got 38 minutes last game. Let me see that game go to overtime. I can't remember, but he's an okay spot. Yeah, but like you said, I'm not looking at many guys from this game.
No, to me personally, nobody from this game but Matt Bradley. And Bradley's been playing. He's been smashing the Colorado State, Fresno game. Fresno game, he's okay, but we know what Bradley can do. I can see Bradley will have a good game here. That's it from this game. Vermont, Arkansas, another very interesting game. But I like this Vermont team. Arkansas 5-point favorite. Arkansas top 80 offense. Vermont very good offense. Vermont, good defense. I have Vermont with the top defenses. Arkansas is going to push the pace though. Vermont's going to try to lay off the pace. Something's got to give here, which to me forces not much for DFS. But it's just the way Vermont is a much better defense than people think. Probably the slowest team in the country. What do you look at in this game? I'm not playing anybody from this game. I like Ryan Davis, but I'm not messing with Arkansas because Vermont is so damn slow. Maybe JD no tie, but I don't know. Talk me out of it. Is anybody you're looking at Arkansas?
For Vermont, I'm the only guy I'm really looking from Vermont is Shungu, and he's 7K. He has pretty. He's got a 26% usage. He's only 7K, so I think it's an okay spot for him just because of his price. So I'll consider him here. Like you said, Arkansas is going to push the pace a little bit and try to get him going here. Let me see something here real quick. Give me 1 second. But on the Arkansas side, the normal, Jaylen Williams, Note. Jaylen Williams, is it a bounce back spot? Who knows? But I'm not using a ton from this game. But if I use anybody, it's a Note or Williams or Shungu.
I can see Jaylen Williams really struggling with Ryan Davis. I've watched Ryan Davis a lot. Ryan Davis is good. He's going to pull Jaylen Williams out. I think he's going to struggle. That's why I'm not looking at anybody from this game. Maybe Ryan Davis from Vermont. But like you said, we can see JD Notai go crazy. But to me, no cash wins game at all. San Francisco, Murray State. So we do have some news here, though. So the latest we have is San Francisco probably, I guess, like one of their best players. Johan Mazowski is out. He's not going to play tomorrow. So to me, that opens it all up for KJ Williams to just dominate. Was KJ Williams' price 88? Yeah, without Mazowski, I could see KJ Williams. He's also already one of the best unknown players in the country. I think KJ Williams is a top cash play tomorrow, especially Mazowski out. And I'm looking at nobody from San Francisco, just KJ Williams, and not even Tevin Brown because San Francisco covers the three really well. So that was my breakdown. What do you got?
Yeah, so this is a pretty decent game here. Give me a sec. Let me get all the way to my notes here. 1 second, though. Yeah, I think KJ Williams maybe end up being chalked because of Mazowski being out. And the way their defense is, KJ Williams can really thrive here.
I think it's gonna be chalked though because of back hot and those guys though.
No, I could be wrong though. I think his projection probably gonna. We'll see. He's definitely in play.
6% ownership right now.
He's probably going to be in my cash if I was going to say so. He's just there. Tevin Brown's okay. Them are the only two guys I'm really considering, but most likely KJ. And so that, then on the San Francisco side, I don't know if you want to take those guys, but guys like Booyah, he gets 40 minutes a game. His price is a little high. Shabazz, man, that guy's a baller. His price, if I'm using anybody from them, it's from San Francisco. It's going to be Shabazz, and he'd be my main guy. And the other guy I'm kind of looking at here is Tape or Meeks. Now Meeks is 3,100. I don't think I'm gonna save him for GPP. I think last time I may have used him last time when Mazalski was out. He only got 10 minutes, but he's only 3,100. I think he's an okay GPP play. Outside of that, I'm pretty much just sticking with KJ Williams here.
Yep, because if anywhere Murray State is weak is in the inside, and there's no Mazalski, so I'm not even touching San Francisco. But my question was though, there's no way you're going to be able to get Keegan back out and KJ in your lineup, so you got to pick two of those three. So it makes me wonder how many people are going to go with KJ.
Oh, there's always a way.
Maybe they fade on Keegan. I don't know.
No, you can get them in. You just got to be willing to bite the bullet on some value.
Oh yeah, of course. But you're going to tie up $30,000 almost in three players. So you want to go definitely stars and scrubs. You can definitely do it. Just play, then you're fading guys like Skierman. It's viable. You got Frankie Collins there, some of these guys, but I like KJ Williams. Obviously, you do. I think he's a smash spot tomorrow. Smash spot. What did we say is 8,800?
Yeah.
All right, next game. What do we got? I think it's the Akron game. I just lost track here.
Akron and UCLA.
Akron, UCLA. Oh, yeah, we're getting toward the end here.
We're getting there.
UCLA 13.5 point favorite, 128.5 game total. Low game total, but UCLA is a really good defense. Top 30 defense. UCLA's top 25 offense. Akron is just Akron. We got one of our MAC teams here. Man, I don't know. Take one of the teams. I'll take the other.
Yeah, I'll take UCLA here. I'll mention on Akron. The only guy in Akron I'm playing is probably Freeman. I just like his rates, his price, and usage and such. But on UCLA, I'm not weary. But these guys can all kind of go off. Their projections. I think Jusang maybe chalk. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to be using him personally. My computer's freezing up here a little bit. Sorry. Jusang's in he does. I think last year he played really well in the tourney. His price is about right. But I think guys like Jacquez, Jusang, Bernard, they're all kind of in play here. If he's going to get 30 minutes, I'll definitely put him in play. I don't know if he's going to end up in my cash personally.
I think he's going to be. I agree with you. He's going to be popular though, because of his price. We all know what he did last year. We know he's an AK player, but I don't know. He's disappointed lately. And Akron's not a bad defense. Akron's such a slow team, not a bad defense. I'm not looking at anybody from UCLA here. I can see Jusang being popular as a price, and you maybe force use him in chalk because I'm looking at some projections at Jusang being around 18-20%. But that's all I'm looking at in UCLA. And nice. I like to call him Freeman. I think Freeman is the one play. He's such a good rebounder. But once again, that's going to be such a low-scoring game. They're going to be plotting. I don't know. I'm not looking at these guys. Maybe Alley's maybe one of the better prices, but Freeman's the guy, I think, because of his rebounding. But I'm not playing these guys. So Juzang's the popular player. But I don't think near below him. Texas Southern, Kansas. Last game of the night. 10 o'clock game. Kansas, another 21.5 point blowout. 145 game total. Kansas, great offense, good defense. Texas Southern, a sneaky good defense here. Everybody's talking about Remy Martin being what's Remy Martin? 4-4.
4-4.
And it was all of a sudden he played some decent minutes last game. He may be popular. I think he's being chalked in places. Cored in places. I don't know, man. Is Remy Martin a damn core play just because he played? What was last game against Texas Tech? He played 26 minutes. The first time he played over 20 minutes since January 22nd, I think. And he had 30 DK points, 12 points, 4 rebounds. And all of a sudden, the whole world's going to go to Remy Martin. Yeah, he's cheap. He's 4-4, but we know how volatile Remy Martin is. What's your thoughts on Remy Martin? Is he a cash player? He thinks he is?
I think he's borderline cash at least. He did start out. I think he started out too high priced of a player at the beginning of the year. They had him like 8K. I think he's a 6K player or so if he's going to be a 6-man getting 25 minutes. If he comes out the bench here, he may get 20, 25 minutes. I think it's a decent spot for him. I don't know. Outside of that, I don't know who else I want to play in this kind of game environment. Like you said, we're getting to the end games here, and I'm still going through all the games. I think Remy might be popular. He's 4,400, but I don't know if I'm going to use him in cash personally.
He's been playing a point over Daylon Harris. He hasn't played a point though. He comes off the bench.
Yeah, he was starting before the injury, right? And what's going on with
no, he was. Yeah, he was. Then Texas Tech didn't start. Then he got hurt. He started one game since the Texas game, but he also 7 games he hasn't started. He's all over the place. 26 minutes, 19 minutes, 11, 7, 3, 12, 11. Then his injury. So,
I kind of do. I always like Wilson. I don't mind the price at 7K. So I think Wilson's a pretty good spot. Is an okay spot. 7K is a pretty fair price. Braun 7,400. So I'd play Braun or them. Agbaji probably has a big game coming in at some point. I don't know if this is it. I think it's a slower paced game somewhat. Obviously they're probably the highest team total on the slate, aren't they? So these guys are in play if you feel comfortable with getting them in. I guess Lightfoot is hurting a little bit, so maybe Remy gets a couple more minutes there. So if I'm using anybody, it's probably Remy or Wilson.
Yeah, well, I think if Lightfoot's out, you're looking at Wilson.
Yeah,
especially the way they benched McCormick. You get Wilson 5 in. So weird team. Second highest implied total tonight, 83.25. But everybody's over Remy Martin. We've seen Remy Martin go crazy at Arizona State. So if he can adjust to that point guard role of Daylon Harris, when he's in there and can play 25 minutes, yeah, he probably could crush. But we've also Remy Martin to me is always GPP play, never a cash play, but he's being cored in a lot of places. And I'm seeing him at around 25% ownership spots. So he's got to be considered. I'm not sure if I can get him in there, but he did have a good game last game. So against a good team. All right, so that's the slate. We did it pretty quickly. So
yeah, not bad.
We just pretty much went through cash plays and all that. So give me right now. I don't think there hasn't been too many questions. This is going to be on demand. What is your? Give me your top 2 plays a night, and then your top value.
Collins is probably top value just because he falls in. Like I said, I still got a whole I still got more research to do and some more other podcasts to listen to or videos to watch. But I think I'm going to be overweight on the Richmond guys. I don't know what rate they're going to go in. Maybe Gilliard and Burton, or Gilliard and Golden. KJ Williams, I'll probably be overweight on. Who else do I like here? Let me see. I haven't even wrote cores down in my notes yet. I'm just on values. I think that's all
right.
I got.
You need a bunch of guys.
I think I got that's what I got. So I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody there who's really jumping off the board for me.
I'm looking at Bacot. I'm looking at Bacot and KJ Williams, my top two plays, really. I may have to fade Keegan. Not sure, but I think KJ's in a smash spot, and so is Armando Bacot. Top value for me, like you said, Frankie Collins, of course, is going to be so popular. Beside that, it's tough, man. I know people looking at Joe Bryant. He's only 5'3".
Yeah, Bryant's going to be John for sure.
Yeah, he's got a tough match with Baylor, but he's a team there. So, yeah, I guess I'd be Baylor. I guess I'd be Bryant. So I'm looking at KJ Williams, Beckott, and Joe Bryant. Joe Bryant from Norfolk State is my top plays. All right. So not bad. Slate starts at 12:15 tomorrow. We will have how the top plays out. We work on it tonight, have it out tomorrow morning, and then same thing we'll go on for Friday. And I think that's it. Please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe.
Let's get it going, man. I mean, if you got any questions, just type them in Discord. This should be a fun day, tomorrow, and I'm ready for the party, man.
Yep, 4 days of basketball. So let's hit it. Thank you, Mickey, our producer, and we're out here. Good luck tomorrow, buddy.
Take it easy.